all means.
Honestly, like, if you're on the first date and he's, like, trying to make a move like that, that's kind of like, okay, like, you don't respect me.
And it's on the girl
disagree.
too. No,
I actually disagree on this, but
okay.
If you have more experience, let us know.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, from the girl's perspective too, like, if you end up doing it, like, you just have to understand that, like, it's not gonna.
Don't expect it.
Don't expect it. You
And
can't
how do
expect
I know
them
that
to
you're
be.
not doing that with, like, every first date?
sure.
Exactly.
Well, but here's the thing, right? It's not clear to me if you were to make that guy wait for this till the second date, third date, fourth date, fifth date, however long you make him wait. Obviously, you know, some men just are not going to wait, for example, like 3 months or something. But it's not clear to me that he would then take you into consideration for a long-term relationship, even if you made him wait.
I think, and I've talked to a few guys.
Just to add one thing, even the guy, let's say the guy would want a long-term relationship with you, but you sleep with him on the first date, it's not clear to me if that would be that would then all of a sudden he would totally shift and not want to be in a long-term relationship with you.
Yeah, because I understand where you're coming from, and I know we also talked about, like, the box theory. Like, if he met you, like, you know,
What's that?
People say, like, guys, like, they'll put you in a box when they first meet you, like the girlfriend box or, like, the hookup box, and it's hard to, like, switch boxes. But just, like, even talking from guys that we, like, know that are our age, they'll even say, like, if they're hooking up with a girl, like, on the first date and she'll, like, agree to hook up with them, then she's not, like, girlfriend material. Like, she's probably sleeping with all these guys.
Yeah, some people do have, certainly
So
some
I think
men
that comes
have.
with age.
Social
I think that comes
yeah.
with age, honestly, because I also disagree. I think I have plenty of girlfriends that are in their 30s that have told me, like, first date sex, and they've had, like, long-term committed relationships, even got married. You know, it's just, you have to use your discernment, your discretion, and see, like, is the connection there?
Yeah.
But I
Is
would
it worth
not
exploring?
advise most women to do that, because I think most of the time it's not going to pan out into something
Why
serious.
women? Like, it goes both ways. I think people are like, especially women. I was told to read a book by some of my girlfriends early in the dating journey, and I felt like everything I was hearing was like this power play of women abstaining or withholding sex, but only to kind of like egg on and get more and more investment from the man into the relationship, which I don't necessarily agree with either. Like, that's like a bargaining chip.
I agree with you on this. I mean, I've had actually all of my long-term relationships. I've had a 5-year, 2-year, 1 year, like, you know, some that were shorter, 6 months, 9 months. I don't know if I consider those fully long-term relationships. All these women that I had good sometimes relationships don't always, continue on forever, but they can still have been good relationships. It wasn't like, oh, let's wait 3 months. It was like typically like first, second, or third date, we had sex.
Well, yeah,
For all my long-term relationships. And then I've had, shorter term things where, wait 5 dates and then doesn't go anywhere too. So I think there would be better indicators than like how quickly. I think a bigger thing would be like, where are you meeting them? So like, if like you're at a party in Isla Vista, you're at a frat party, and the guy wants to hook up with you that night.
Yeah, that's
obviously red
obviously-
flag.
But if the guy, like if the context in which you're meeting is perhaps like, I don't know, you've been talking for a while, maybe you met in class or something. I think the context there is a bit different.
Because you've built essentially a friendship or relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
by that
I certainly
point.
wouldn't make somebody wait forever to sleep with me, but I would just want to know it's going beyond maybe one date. I mean, unless there's like insane chemistry, but in my experience, like I've had those moments and it did not pan out, and I had hurt feelings after, because I can't sleep with somebody without having some degree of feelings involved. It's just who I am.
Yeah, like if, for example, if I met a girl and I'm like, I like this girl, I see potential long-term, I mean, it's possible after we hook up, then the crazy comes out or something, but like,
Right.
I mean, I don't think if I had her in the like
In that
relationship,
sense,
I mean, I don't even have like a hookup category though, for me. Like if I have sex with a girl, I'm going to see her again, absent her doing some crazy shit, like post-sex, like she'd have to try to stab me or some shit. I don't know.
I guess I would say
Then I
like,
wouldn't see her again if she tried to stab me.
has not frequently been my experience if I've done it quickly. I'll say that. But it's not impossible. It just has
Sure.
not been my personal
but I would,
experience.
for me, it wouldn't be.
But I mean,
Wouldn't
like
be
if
a
there's
deal
an
breaker.
undeniable connection, like of course, like I'm human, and I would like to. It's hard to not want to explore that with someone
Yeah.
if you feel like it's there. So.
But then I also wouldn't like refuse to continue seeing a girl if she was like, well, I want to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I don't think I would be down to wait like some crazy extended period of time.
Yeah.
Especially if she's had sex with guys quickly previous to me, then I'm like, okay, hold on, what's going like. I mean, you're entitled. You could have had sex with 100 men on the first date, and then you roll the dice and you land on me, and then you want to wait until marriage. You're allowed to do that as a woman, to say, well, all the other guys I dated, I fucked them right away. But now that I want a relationship with you, I want to wait 6 months. I want to wait 3 months.
There's not a high likelihood that would happen, I feel like.
Well, actually, there's a lot of, especially women involved in the church who
yes.
who
Yes,
used
that's
to
likely.
be promiscuous, but then now they were, born again. Okay, now you want to wait until marriage.
Well,
that's
the
another
one thing I would
conversation,
say to
but-
that is
Yeah,
that
probably some other
that's
things
a
that you guys
loaded
probably
that's a
say
loaded
that.
combo, but I agree.
But the one thing
Yeah.
I would say to that is that, like, in that context, I think it would really depend how recently in the past those, like, a million guys she slept with right away kind of thing is, how much time there's been in between that. Because
Sure,
I think if
that's
somebody's
fair.
having some, like, massive religious conviction, like, you have to, like, you can't always hold somebody to their past or else they'll never grow and learn. But I do understand you being like, well, why the hell should I wait if no one else ever had to, so I can
Well, I
understand
do-
both sides.
I do think you absolutely can hold people to their past. Your past has consequences.
Yes.
Now, can you be redeemed? Like if we're talking from like a Christian worldview, you can absolutely be redeemed and turn your life around.
Yes.
But men are not obliged
Yeah, they're not.
to accept that and
Yes.
essentially be forced to
No,
date
no,
you.
and they shouldn't be, obliged, and they shouldn't be
These-
forced. But I do think it's just,
Well, I mean, there's forgiveness
Goes
in
both
Christianity, but there's also the fact that like those things are still going to cause, like, those sins in your life are going to cause you hardship.
Yes.
Sin is negative in your life. It's going to be negative effects are going to come with that.
Yeah.
So you have to
Naturally.
understand both those things.
Moving to Natalie.